Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the channel.
Hey.
This is episode 2 of the Refined Woman podcast, and we have some very, very, very special guests here joining us, you guys. Chaliza and Josh, a married couple who have really turned into like our family. So yeah, I'm going to let Chaliza and Josh introduce themselves. They're here today to speak about marriage. And the title of this episode is going to be called From Trial to Transformation. So we hope to inspire you guys and just give you hope for marriage and let you know that you're not alone in this whole journey, okay? So Chaliza and Josh, if y'all want to introduce yourselves.
All right, I guess I'll go first. All right. All right, my name is Joshua. Most people just call me Josh because it's easier for everybody to do it. I have no issues with that. First and foremost, I love God. All right, it's good. All right. I love my wife. I love my kids. All right. I wear many hats. All right. I work 2 jobs. All right. Me?
Oh, that's very sad. Okay. I work 2 jobs too, maybe a couple little more. But I am this guy's wife and mother of 2 beautiful little boys that drive me nuts a little bit. A baker. I have a cottage bakery from home. Mom of 2 beautiful boys that drive me slightly crazy. Stay-at-home mom because he works so hard. And things have changed a lot for our life within the past, let's say, like since January of this year. I've began to walk with Jesus hand in hand since June 28th of this year, 2025. So we just want to be here today to share our testimony and to keep it unfiltered, to keep it straight to the point. Like, we have nothing to hide. The Lord has been blessing us in so many different ways that our voice can be a beacon for other people. We want to share it.
Yes, I love that. And me and Cha met, y'all, because I was looking for a school for Sebastian back when he was like 18 months old. And she was working at the Montessori school up the street from us. And she was one of the teachers there. So Cassandra was Sebastian's very first teacher. And Cassandra and Chaliza were like super close. So we all kind of met each other. And then now we pretty much have coined ourselves the Faith Sisters.
Yes.
Because we really help each other in our faith journey and have been there for one another. So, yeah. So I think y'all already know who we are. I mean, you're on the channel, so you know who we are. Me and Sly, veteran, married family. We've been married for 8 years now. 4 beautiful kids total. We're 1 on the way, of course, expecting.
So 3.5.
3.5. So, yeah, and I'm currently a furloughed government employee. That kind of gave me the push to go ahead and start getting my content together. Yes. And, babe, you want to say anything?
About what? Me?
Yeah, about who you are.
Oh, yeah. So, retired Army, 20 years. After I did that, I pretty much didn't know what I wanted to do when I grow up. So I got my my real estate license. I sell life insurance, and I do a whole bunch of other weird tasks.
Weird tasks?
Yeah. Well, hobbies. Work on my Chevelle. That's a real passion project of mine. Yeah, that, and then making sure like the Trey, he's in college. Like making sure he understands that we're here for him, and we want to ensure his trajectory is to take off, and just like make sure he doesn't feel rushed like most folks do when they're like 18 to get out and hit the streets and go figure it out. So So that's us in a nutshell. So let's go ahead and get into the questions.
Here we go.
Now, I sent them the questions last night. They didn't even look at them. So here we go, y'all. This is the start of the question. So question number 1. How did you 2 meet? And what initially drew y'all to each other?
All right. I can give you the simplified version if y'all like.
Right. Let's see. We want the man version and then the spouse.
All right. Yeah. All right. So I'm in the Army as well, National Guard. So I was switching MOSs, right? So switching jobs basically for the Army. So I had to go to schooling. While I was at that school, I started, I felt like I needed to start making videos, me pumping iron, like I'm a man. What I gotta do? I gotta look myself.
Like gym videos?
Yeah, gym videos. I had to see myself. I gotta see my before and after, Motivation.
Okay.
So as I was posting those videos on Instagram, right, just putting them out there, this one over here. Slides one in, right? She went, ooh, right there. I looked at her, I was like, oh, I know this person. Hold on, watch out. I was like,
she slid in your DM?
oh yeah.
Ooh.
But on a professional level.
On a professional, yes.
Okay.
She saw me working out and decided that let me ask him if he wanted to join my martial arts, my martial arts class, my dojo that she was at that time. So I'm like, okay. I was like, yeah, okay. I always wanted to learn martial arts. I was into that stuff. And here we go. I finished the school. I meet up with her at the dojo.
Yeah.
First day. I'm like, oh man, that was cool. And at that time we were practicing katas, right? It's just the dancing. So katas is like a form of dance they use. So when you see people performing moves or motions with their legs and feet and body, it's sort of it's a performance, not a fight. You know what I'm saying?
They judge you on you're doing like your structure, your forms, and
your strikes, your
your foot placement, your hand placement,
all that
your
stuff.
Force, your
so
flow.
You were already doing like karate dojo stuff, and then you invited him.
Yes.
Okay.
Because my Shion was like, we need to start inviting people and start sending it to everybody, and I was like, okay, well then let me and I just happened on Instagram. I'm like, oh, well, he fits the mark. You're working out. You already like to work out. Here we go. Come work out with us for free, and come get a free class. And then he showed up. Of course, I was late, and he was like, he stood there though. He didn't like leave or nothing. He stayed there like waiting for me to show up. And so that was the first day that we reconnected because we met through high school. So we were on the same robotics team back in high school, and he was you were a grade older, right? Yeah. Two grades ahead. So the program that we were in is First Robotics, and we were part of different schools. I would have never met him if we didn't have this program that connected different public schools. So I went also to a magnet school. I didn't have any teams, so we went through Hartford Public High School, and then that was a branch off of his school. So he came there. So we both had to go to the central location in order to even meet.
In the robotics. Okay.
Big picture crazy is like I went to school with both of his brothers in middle school. And then in high school is when we met. So we were always like linked on a path to sort of like be around each other. And it wasn't until the timing was right that we met. And we were really good friends. Like we were like really good friends. Like we did everything I could say like in high school I did. He was somehow like around between our group of friends that we were in robotics wise. And like I even made him these like hand painted shirts that he still has. And like I hand painted these shirts, even his graduation. I made him a shirt for him custom. And yeah, so all of that ended up playing over. So
did you actually sign up to do the dojo stuff?
Yes. I signed up, right? We were doing the whole martial arts thing, and then next thing you know, we're practicing our forms, right? Our kata, right? Because
in the parking lot.
In the parking lot,
yeah.
Because when you sign up for competition, you can either do the kata or you can do sparring or the fighting, right? Yeah. Essentially, or you can do both and get judged on both, right? So the more you participate in, the more chances of you getting a trophy, so to speak.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what was it that initially drew y'all to each other? Like I know y'all met at the place after kind of being in each other's vicinity, but like once y'all started practicing and like
it was that day in the parking lot.
It was that day in the parking lot.
What was it that was like?
So we were practicing, correct? And as we were practicing, we had made a move. Right, we did a move. We ended up.
It was create your own kata.
Yo, that's
so we're like, so we were just playing around, like literally in the parking lot. We were practicing our forms, and then like I would be like, "Hey, fix your foot in this," and I was taking what I learned and told him so he can get better. And I was like, "What if we made a form that we?" But I was like, "But what does it look like?" Oh, that's what it was. What does this kata look like if you actually are fighting somebody? Because it's like you're doing like these invisible strikes, and it's supposed to be hitting somebody. But I'm like, but what does it actually feel like if you're hitting somebody? So I was like, do it with me. So we were like dancing. That's why he was saying dancing. It's like we were doing like a tango between each other.
Wow.
And then there was just one move that like intertwined us real close. And I was like, oh shit. And then that was it. That was it for me. I was like, I like this
y'all
guy.
Both got the feels.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Y'all was like, woo.
That was that. It's like, cause we were face to face.
Yeah.
Eye to eye, like just
Wow.
that close. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
So that's when like the attraction started to kick on.
We switched from friends real quick into this whole like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Yeah.
Wait, so I got a question. So when you sent him the DM, it wasn't because you were necessarily
like
checking for him or no shit like that. You like, I know this guy.
Yeah.
They asked me to bring somebody. And let me shoot it to him and see if he'll come.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's already working out. He's not going to complain.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, okay.
Yes,
okay.
yes.
I got to work
So when
out.
He's built for that.
when I hear and then where did you guys grow up?
Hartford, Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Connecticut,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah.
Remember, we're from the East Coast.
Yeah.
East Coast.
When you say
Capital.
east or up north, I assume New York.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
up north.
Basically.
That's what everybody says.
That's the assumption. So when you said up north, I just assumed New York.
Next question. If you had to describe your marriage in the early days in one or two words, what would they be?
Oh wait, hold. Here goes better. In a movie title, name it with a movie title instead of one or two words. Use a movie title to.
Romeo and Juliet. No, what's that one with Aaliyah in it?
I'm going to go straight to it. Like, we were already connected to this. Aladdin. And you just think about the whole movie. That's us, straight up. Like,
Okay.
I love that.
Not even like just the title itself, but like the whole movie. Like Aladdin. Like, literally, like, from the streets, you know, like all the way to the palace.
Now.
Yeah.
Okay. I like
That's
that.
funny. I didn't take it to the streets. I took it that he was courting her like a queen. So
Yeah,
that,
no,
that's
like,
good.
even on
But
the
yeah,
front-
street urchin.
Yeah.
From the streets to the castle. Okay.
Okay, so next question. What did marriage mean to you guys when you first said I do?
So, funny thing, right? We didn't say I do. We agreed on saying I will. Right? So, taking into account everything that before we got here, right? It wasn't I do because I do was something you did in that moment for that time, right? I will was something I will do. I'm going to do and
Like a
continue to do.
commitment. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
So,
love that.
and she came up with that.
It was at my uncle's wedding in Jamaica. They said that, and then we looked at each other, and we already knew that we were
Wanted to
like
do that too.
eventually going to get married. And I was like, that's what I want to do at our wedding. Little did I know, within a month after that is when he proposed, and then 4 months after that we were married.
Wow.
So, because I was like, I have no need to wait. I know I want to marry this man. What do I need to wait?
Yeah.
Why do I need to align people's vacations and save up money for it? Why do I need to do all this? I was like, I want to marry him. I just needed something pretty-ish. So let's give it 4 months so I
love
can make it
that.
pretty. Yeah.
So who said I love you first?
It's looking like it's you.
It was me. It was me.
Oh,
It was me.
why did you look at him like that?
Because I'm waiting.
You cut eyes at him like
So wait, when
waiting for him to
When
say
did you
it.
say it? When did you say it? Like, did you say it in person, over the phone, through text?
I made a
Like,
cake.
You
She
made
did.
a cake?
I made a cake. And I said I love you on top of it. And I did the whole like balloons in the dining room with the pictures of us hanging at the bottom of the thread. And he had just got back from drill that weekend.
And it was dark.
It was dark. It was
Lit with
late
candles.
at night. Yeah. So, and that's when I was playing the Alicia Keys song. That's when I knew. So when he came in, I kept refreshing because he's like chilling in the car. I'm like, dude, hurry up! I'm watching you.
I got the whole
What y'all doing in the car for so long?
He's taking his time coming on in, and I'm just like, oh my goodness.
The car is in, out, go,
About to
in,
get
go.
wax on this cake.
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was your response to that?
I was like, I wasn't expecting it.
Yeah.
It was just one of those walk in like
Wow.
deer in the headlights type of film. Like, oh.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the pictures. She's over there. I see candles going, and here comes the cake.
Man.
I'm like, it says I love you. And I looked at her. I said, I love you too.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like one of those things where it's like I couldn't
So
say it.
sweet.
I was so scared. There'll be like days where I was like waking up next to him and I'm like, I want to tell him I love him, but I was like, had butterflies in my stomach. I was so nervous, and I was like, okay. And then I was like, no, I can't do it this way. So that's how I chose.
I love that. And you're so thoughtful. Like you put so much love and effort into like everything that you do. So I can just plain as day see you doing that.
Yeah.
Like behind the scenes, I can see you running around trying to make the cake.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's so awesome. Okay. So at what point did you realize your marriage was facing a serious challenge?
That was me.
Yeah, I could. I was caught off guard completely. So this is all.
Yeah. It started when I got word of deployment. But prior to that, we were trying for a family, you know, like any married couple would do, you know, get married, start a family.
Yeah.
We had the house. We had 2 dogs. We asked daddy's house. He would ask for daddy's car. He would ask, when he was me, can I go back to mommy's house? Or we would go back to mommy's car and stuff like that, you know. And
he was acting up a lot in school.
I was gonna say behaviorally.
Yeah, he was acting up a lot.
Yeah.
and there was, I think those times where he would say things and I look at him, but it was me looking at him. It wasn't the one who was already in me looking at him, like whatever, right? And I looked at him and I could see him, right? And I think that's what helped me break through the cracks I already had made, and coming forth and going through, and then talking to her, everything just lined up for me to come back to where I was.
So, child, after dealing with all that, like your husband has left you, you got this new baby, you're by yourself, you're dealing with postpartum rage. Like, I know you felt like parts of what he was saying to you wasn't really him.
Yeah.
Like, and you just said, you sat and waited. But there had to be a period of forgiveness that you had to, from the things that he did wrong, the emotional affairs, whatever it was. Like, what did forgiveness start looking like for you after he came home?
I think I forgave him when it was during the Djibouti deployment. I forgave him after we talked, like even about it. Like once I addressed it, we were not leaving that room until we solved it, and I forgave him because if I'm gonna wake up in bed next to you, I have to forgive you. I'm not gonna lay with somebody if I don't have you. You're not forgiven in my heart.
Yeah.
Like I just can't. And so with the situation of, let's say, the 2024 deployment of your body, 2024 separation and all of that, if I could not sense that there were lies being spewed out of his mouth, I don't think I would have forgave him. But things just didn't add up, and I would sit there and I'm like, man, he's talking about he hasn't loved me for 2 years, and I'm like, but we just had a baby. Like I was like, you know, like I started doing math. Now, mind you, I didn't know I was doing like God's math, like trying to discern what was happening. Like I was just doing math. I was like, that's BS. So I couldn't even I didn't believe it. So therefore, I didn't have to forgive him for lies coming out of his mouth. But I had to forgive him for what he went through, and that just took place the moment he walked back in the house. I was very clear again. I was like, are you willing to come back into this home? You know, like if we're doing this, and that's when I forgave him. But I was fighting for him. I didn't forgive him while I was fighting, but I was like, I need to know who I'm speaking to first in order to forgive. So when he was willing to be like, I'm all in again, I said, okay, I forgive you, because again, I'm not going to lay in bed with you if I don't forgive you. And then that's when we just had to build up out of the hurt. And I told him actually this is what stemmed from me trying to do this whole testimony the Lord speaking to us about, because I told him, I said, this is not just for me to do, this is for us to do. And I told him, I said, mind you, it was an emotional affair in 2024, in addition to him having a whole nother relationship. So this is 2 people now. So we went from one emotional relationship to now 2 people in 2024. And so
it physical, or was it just emotional?
Emotional and physical.
Okay.
And so, well, I don't know about we've talked about that part, but he had a girlfriend, and that all then kept another way a path that the adversary was like, okay, the phone don't work no more. Now I got to put people in his life, to pull him. Woo. And so that was like, it felt like the adversary was trying to level up. It only worked so little because I forgave him. So now I was truly trying to bring it. And I was just like, but that's still not my husband. Like, I know him. And then I could see glimpses of him. He would speak, or he would have like a twinkle in his eye or something, or he would say a comment. Even like when I gave birth, he said something to me and I was like, that's my husband. And I was like, so I'm gonna keep fighting. But if I couldn't see those glimpses, I would have just gave up. Like,
because you would have been hurt and like, dang, you just did all this and I just had the baby, now another child, and all this is going on. Like, thank God you had that discernment to know. Because look at what you could have missed out on.
Exactly.
You know, both of you guys.
Yeah.
And that you were forgiving, so y'all can walk in your purpose as a married couple.
Yeah.
That is crazy. Crazy. Okay. So, did y'all ever have to go? Did y'all go to counseling or like seek any like pastoral help or anything like that?
So we tried couples counseling before we moved from Connecticut to here. Because the people there, they were not helpful whatsoever. I feel like, and I even tried because back then I had anger issues. I had really bad anger issues. I'm a whole lot better now. You know, I'm good. Thank the Lord. And
You've been delivered.
Yes.
I have
Yes.
from a lot.
Yes.
But I even tried that, and the tools they were giving me, I had to wash them off because that stuff the things they were telling me I was already trying to do.
Yeah.
Breathing. I know that.
We need a God. We don't need none of this stuff.
It's like it didn't help. It wasn't helpful.
Breathe deeper now?
I need some real tools. I need this Bible.
And they probably gave you an app and was like, before you go to sleep, check out the app.
It takes a long time to find a really good therapist, like, and counselor, especially when it's couples. Like,
Have you guys went to Jesse and Crystal for counseling?
I know we talked about it before. She had mentioned before.
They're really good.
I actually said we should do it because we're in a good place and not only when we're in a bad place.
And
that was like recent too, because my other thing too was that like it was hard to bring up to him like pastoral help regarding marriage counseling because we couldn't even get to the ones the military is providing. So how can I now bring in church and God into something when he wasn't ready to walk with faith yet? So I think that was also a big game changer, is that when he moved back in, mind you, he moved out July 4th, 4th of July in 2024, moved back in January 4th, 2026. So it was exactly 6 months. And then I would say relatively, let's say like around the same time frame, that is when is when he went to church, right? August. And then that's what just changed his life. So until he was really walking with faith, I feel like things didn't click either. So now I could talk about pastoral help with marriage counseling.
Now that his mind is there.
Yeah, because before it was like.
So what made you, Josh, like really start seeking God about like your life and your marriage and your family and stuff?
So she tried to get me to come to church before, but instead I would stay home.
Yeah.
Right? And it took me a while, right? Because I didn't grow up with the church vibes. The times I went to church, I was young and I fell asleep during the service, right? Because that's what kids do, you know, they go to sleep because their attention is not on it, right? 2 times I went to church and I fell asleep.
Yeah.
The last time I went to church, it was for like an actual church.
Easter.
No. The last time I went to an actual church was for a memorial for
Your boy.
a friend of mine who died, and but I don't know. It was she was going to church that day.
This was FCSA he was going.
Yeah.
And she was going to.
It was Celebrate 6 that did it, and then Midnight Prayer. Those are the 2 things that I invited him to, and I was like, dude, you're missing out.
And I don't know what I did. I got dressed, kids were dressed, and we just walked out. And we came.
So there wasn't like a pool or anything like.
I don't think.
I need to go right now.
I don't think it was a pool. I think that was the Lord just walking me. Like, all right, man, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
He pulled me in, It wasn't me like, okay, I felt led. You know, I was like, okay, I'll just go with it.
Yeah.
Right. This is what
Instead
I'm
of fighting it. And
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, okay, I guess I'll go with this. And got to church, and I was just there. Right. And I was like, okay, I'm here. And then PK was talking.
Yeah.
PK was on the stage, and I could. And I think it was just the view of it just being up front.
Yeah, we went straight to the praise and worship floor. That was the day we wore our matching neon shirts. That we went, we all went in. Granny had a neon shirt, the kids, me, and then
back in June,
July or August, one of the two.
One of those,
Yeah.
It was the show up, right?
Yeah, I was wearing the shirts that I made that I showed up.
Yeah.
And neon shirts, but he was wearing one.
Yeah.
he said, "I'm gonna put the shirt on."
And he went right up to the praise and worship floor.
Yeah, and I was there, and then again, it wasn't like really hit me, and then everything was going off, and then I just started crying.
You said you felt like you had to cry.
It was just, I just started crying. I didn't understand why I was crying. I was just crying.
Yeah.
I just started to cry. I was there crying, and it took a while. I had my hands here. I wasn't with everybody else like I am right now.
Yeah.
Put my hands up.
He was like, this is so uncomfortable.
This is where I'm at right here, right? And then PJ started. Then PJ got the mic. He started talking. The music was going. The vibe was there. And at that time, the Holy Spirit was already in the room.
Yeah.
And then
I was
and
crying.
then I went like this once, and then PJ came by.
Yeah.
He wasn't even looking at me at that time. He just came by. Then he looked at me.
Yeah.
And he said, "Go ahead, just trust me.
Yeah.
Put your hands out." So I put my hands out.
Yeah.
He said, "Close your eyes." And then I don't remember what he said. All I know is that he put his hand on my chest, and I collapsed. I fell right there, just straight to the floor.
Yeah.
I was there.
How did you feel seeing that?
I mean, the fact that he was up in the building, I was raised crying during praise and worship.
Right.
So
Imagine.
I guess he knew it was a safe space to cry or something, you know, like, mind you, when I walked in, it's like, he could already know that, like, I was hoping that my husband would go to church with me and things like that. So when she saw him walk in, she shouted him out already. You know, like, he belonged, like, he didn't have to feel out of place. So he was in a new home that he was going to learn about and things. And then when I was already crying during praise and worship, and then when I saw PJ approach him, and that's what he was saying to you. He was like, "You know me. We've seen each other before." He's like, "You know me. I'm not here to hurt you or make sure you're gonna be hurt." And he was like, "I just need you to put your hands up real quick. I'm gonna lay my hand on you." And then Josh was like, "Okay," and he just touched him, and then that's when he lay there. And then at that point, I kneeled for the first time. I just fell to the ground. After he fell down, I just kneeled to the ground in worship because. Won't he do it? Like, I just had to get him here. Like, that was huge for me. And then, mind you, Granny's just like, "Oh my goodness, everybody's on the floor here." Like, and she's like, "I don't know what to do. You're on the," and I was like, I did not care why the Lord did something I prayed about. I'm going to worship right now. And I kneeled down and I just sat there crying because I just witnessed, like miracles unfolding, chains all breaking, like so many things for our marriage that we've gone through, just like washed away, like immediately.
And mind you, before PK came up, and she started talking to me. And she put her hand on my shoulder, and she let go. She's like, "Woo!"
Yeah.
It's like, and she looked at me. She's like, and she said something to me, and I think that's what laid it out for PJ to come by and touch me.
Yeah.
Because she said something to me that only I knew.
Yeah.
That nobody, not even her.
Yeah.
Nobody in this entire world knew but me. And she told me. And she said it. And I was like, and I couldn't help. I just,
That prophetic gift.
Yeah.
Well,
he just, then he was crying.
Yeah, she told me. Well, she told me my darkest secret, yes.
Yeah. And he was just crying.
And nothing had to do with marriage. It's a personal thing that when I was growing up, I was dealing with it. I had to fight it. I had to fight myself for it.
I think that's the piece where you're saying you wish you had somebody there for you, right? During those points where it's just, he has like a savior complex. And
growing up, my parents were not in a good place. They were going through divorce and stuff like that. My dad would come by here and there. It was on my 10th birthday. That was the last time I saw him. And after that, it got difficult for me. personally, right? Mom was working 2 jobs, right? So I had to watch me and my brothers. And at one point, I contemplated suicide.
Ooh. At that age.
At that age, the thought of it hit me. Plans to do it hit me.
Yeah.
But I kept pushing through the dirt, the grind, the pain, the sorrow, all that stuff. I kept pushing through until eventually I had to take that thought and bury it so far deep that it rooted and grew more negativity. That's where my injury issues came in. That's where me snapping on a whim just on feeling and not thought. You know what I'm saying?
So that was the seed essentially, but it grew in darkness. So it raised in darkness, like it wasn't of light.
So I was, and I grew up in the place I grew up wasn't helpful. Hearing gunshots in daylight, people were shooting at cops in the daylight. Freaking fights at school, drugs everywhere, bomb threats at the school, all that stuff.
In Connecticut.
This is downtown. We're in the hood right now. Like, he lives.
I just assumed
no.
All helpful.
That's the fancy parts of town.
And it wasn't nice. We moved from apartment to apartment, from house to house, just to keep going. Just to keep going. You know, the environment, I became a product of it. You know, and once I got in the military and it gave me some structure and somewhere to go, because at that time I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't want to go back to school because I wasn't a school type person. I'm a hands-on person. That's the only way I learned. So I went to the military. After I came back from training and stuff like that, my act was coming back to me. I need a car. I need a job. I need a place. I want my own place. And at that time, after I came back, my mom looked at me and she was like, "You got 2 years before I kick your ass out." And I looked at her and was like, "Bet." So I was working. I moved down a year.
And bought a house.
And I bought a house.
Dang. And being around that environment, they probably looking at you like, ooh, you know, like he did all this, he got his own house, he's doing good now, like coming from like that poverty mindset. Okay, so Josh, how has your relationship with God, now that you've been cultivating it, you started going to church, you started seeking the word, how has your relationship with God changed the way you love your wife?
It opened me a whole lot more. You know, I can communicate with her as before when I was being driven by the adversary, I wouldn't communicate. You know what I mean? So communicating helps me, right? Because then I can express myself to her. And then she can express herself to me without me having the feel or the need to be negative or come out, you know, negative, you know. So, and it's just, I think it's not that I love my wife more since I've been with, you know, walking this path. It's more that I know I love my wife more. You know, it's like it was always there. It wasn't something that was lost and came back. It was just, it was there. It was smeared over and then came back. You know what I'm saying? It picked up where it left off and it came back stronger. It came out better. You know,
it's like confidence.
It's
in
good.
The marriage.
Like you had a strong foundation. So when all the crap came back to the foundation, now you're building again.
But now you're building with God. So this time it's like really sticking. And then you can consult Him about how to love her. Like it even tells us in Corinthians, like how to love one another. You know, like thank God we have this word to live by.
Corinthians is what led us to this podcast piece was literally our first Bible study. The Lord said, "Do this video." Our first Bible study, us sitting on the couch at home, and it would talk about betrayal. And that's when I brought up like even something I was holding on to, and I was like, I still have the screenshots of the emotional affair. I said, I need you to have them. I need you to remove this from me. Like we are about to enter into a new season of our marriage. I can't carry these screenshots anymore. I can't. Because every time I look back on a date, those things pop up literally in my face, trying to then plant that seed
Put you
again.
back.
Yeah, and I'm just like, no, I'm not. Like, and I was like, but also too is that like, I need to relinquish them to him, so that he can reflect on it, and that's it.
Yeah.
Done. He needs to throw it away. It's not for me to throw away. Like, I can get them off my phone, but it will still fester if we don't talk about it. And that Bible study that we had is what led us to this. And it was like, the Lord said, put a video together. It needs to be it's a testimony to your marriage, and y'all gonna enter into a new season. And that was it. I was like, okay.
And
then he said, yes, seems to do it. Yes.
So now going through all of that, you've had, you know, the loss of the children, the miscarriages, to the deployments, to the military, to the emotional affair, and now you are now walking with God in oneness, in unity, and equally yoked. So how do you now protect your marriage, like mentally and spiritually and any other ways? Like how do you protect what you have now? Because now you know, like, this is, the adversary really tries some things on us. But one thing about it, he ain't gonna try you if you don't have something in you.
Yeah.
That's gonna help.
Yeah.
The kingdom.
Yep.
So how now do you protect the marriage?
We learn the P's and Q's, so to speak, right? You learn, like for her, she can see who's speaking, right? She has that feel to it they're not speaking right now. That's somebody else, right? Like her mom, she knows when her mom is speaking.
We're gonna edit we can't.
But it's also like I can tell when the adversary tries to implant a thought in my head, and because when I sense that thought, and then it comes back to a video I showed her, right? When the adversary plants a thought and you catch a thief, you expect that thief to give it back to you sevenfold. Yeah. So when a negativity thought comes into my head, or something twisted, right? It's like, oh, hold on, that's like it's like I slap myself, right?
What
are you doing?
But now you can recognize it. So how do you pivot? Yeah. Like, how do you know? Okay, this is the adversary. Yeah. That's coming into my mind. Mm-hmm. How do you what do you do to combat it, or to flip it, or to what do you do?
You see that book right there?
Yeah.
See that book right there?
So what do you do? Tell me what you do. What is it, practically, what does it look like? When you have a thought that you know don't line up with the word of God, you know it don't line up with you being faithful to your wife, you know it don't line up with family, what's the next step?
Just goes to where he left off and just keep reading.
I keep reading.
Yeah.
I read.
He's reading in chronological too.
And in the back of my head as I'm reading, I have the thought, the image of PJ saying, "The Lord is my shepherd," and it helps you stay focused. So guess what I do? The Lord is my shepherd. Yeah. And I say that over and over and over.
What does that mean? That the Lord is your shepherd?
The Lord is the shepherd. The Lord is the one that leads me to greatness, to the promised land. He leads me on my path as I walk that path. Yeah. Right. And if that path turns left and I stay going straight, or take or right, he's like, hello, that's what the adversary puts a bad thought in my head, right? He does something to me, and I recognize that, I stop. And I look back to where the shepherd is, and I go back to following him.
Yes.
And I
where is your rod and your staff? Yes.
And I open this book up. I open this book as many times a day, as many days I can, every day.
Wow.
And what did the Lord tell you to do? That he uses me a lot to tell my husband things.
But that's good that he listens.
Yes, that's a game changer.
What you have is a special prophetic gift.
Yeah.
And the fact that he recognizes that and can receive when you are speaking. Yeah. That in itself is like a miracle.
And I think that's also why the adversary tried for so long to divide us with communication, because I was like, man, we need to communicate. I would be so upset, and we'd be arguing about freaking communication. And I'm like, come on, we need to talk. But because we were divided in communication, he couldn't listen. We couldn't talk about things. Like right now, that's all we do. Even a stranger, we can meet a stranger and just like, oh, that person wasn't right. And we talk about it because what we're gonna do if that person came up to talk to us, we know as a team, we are not allowing that to enter into our space because we communicate now.
Yeah.
But the Lord even was like,
So as I started going to church and I looked at this Bible and I began to read it page by page, I would leave it and I would walk away, and then all of a sudden I had this urgency, this pull, this push to pick this book back up.
Yeah.
And then when I was going to work, the thought of it hit me, and the pull and the feeling came. It was like I need to take this book everywhere I go.
Yeah.
So I take this book when I go to work. And I'm sitting there in front of the computer and doing nothing. Guess what I'm doing? I'm reading.
Yeah. And that's what the Lord told him to do. Take your book, take your Bible everywhere you go. And essentially it started replacing his phone. Because I was like, I even told him, I said, you're supposed to take your Bible with you into the bathroom. The Lord is telling you, when you go into that bathroom, because that's the most.
We take our phone.
Yes. And he would get lost in his phone. That became like
and then your feet fall asleep. No.
Number 2.
But if I'm being honest, I would take my phone. Like I cut out social media, right? Because social media was completely negative for me, and I don't need it. Like, I rarely even go on there to begin with, right?
Yeah.
And then, so I replace social media with games. So I'll sit there and I get lost in the game.
Yeah.
Oh, man, how long have I been here for?
Both
I let the times like, I've been here for 30 minutes.
Both of them pissed me off. Why? Because it was like they were consuming him.
Right.
It wasn't allowing him to. I could already feel that. I was like, man, like you do that and you completely check out, and I'm like, you need to be doing something, but you're playing games or you're on your phone.
So
there's so many other things you can do that could better yourself and your mental and all that. Like besides getting lost in these games.
Yeah. So to be honest, I have the games on my phone and I don't even touch them at all.
See, because you're not.
I used to.
You replaced it.
You're playing for the word.
I used to
love
get,
playing games.
He's like Candy Crush. Like, no! What game we talking about?
First.
On your phone?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But I used to get lost on my phone playing games. Now I get lost in the Word of God.
Yeah.
It's the only book I need everywhere.
And I can tell.
Yeah.
And I can tell that there's a difference. There's a difference in you. There's a change in you. From when I saw you back when all that stuff was happening to now.
Yeah.
You have completely transformed.
Yeah.
And for Chaliza to witness the head of your household seeking God daily, oh my God, I know that gives you great confidence. Like
it does.
Great.
I think this is the part where it's like I forgave for so long, but I wasn't healed. If that makes sense. Like I could forgive. The Lord even tells us to forgive daily. So, but I wasn't healed from the trauma of what we have gone through. And now seeing him replace his phone with the Bible, and then that's what led us also into this, was that like, I did exactly that. I said, look where you were last year. You were on a phone talking to someone you were in a relationship with outside of your marriage, and you replaced with the Word of God. I'm okay with that relationship.
Yeah.
I'm okay with that one.
Part.
That you can add that
I could be jealous over that. That's fine.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Every time I see you, read your Bible.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, no, I will never be jealous of that. Okay, so what would you guys say to any other couples who may be in a season of like pain or betrayal or frustrating or even in a period of waiting? What would your advice be for them?
For me, it was one, I already knew him. I've always had this thing where it's like, it's really hard. I don't know how people marry people that are strangers. I knew him. So I think like knowing him helped alleviate some of the like red flags, because some people you can see the red flags. The thing is like know who your person is before you go and invest, because when you're about to invest into is a path with God. And it's like, man, we were even reading Corinthians and I was telling him, and I was like, it says that if you get divorced, that the woman is not supposed to remarry because you are already linked, like essentially soul tied together. That even if you separate, that woman was supposed to bring you to God, if that makes sense. And so that's why any other one person outside of me was not going to lead him to God. It was my job as his wife to bring him to God. And we even talked, it talked about a lot, and I was like, man, babe, this is great. Like, we're talking about it. And I was like, man, this manual piece right here, I was like, yes. And it taught us things about it, and it was like, well, that makes sense why I felt like I had to fight for you, because it was my job. You're the head of household, but I'm like the head of spirit of the household, if that makes
part,
sense.
you spiritually covering the house.
And I was like, I have to. And then even PJ this morning praying over the moms, like I felt that, because it is a lot of work. And I've like, when I've explained things to him, is that I can see when he's physically tired, but sometimes he couldn't see when I was spiritually tired or when I was mentally tired, because the mom load is a lot. I'm worried about the dentist appointments and all these different things, the snacks and the food and the outfits and all these stuff, and it's just like, it's a lot.
That seemed like it goes unnoticed.
Yeah, and now he's starting to like notice that. Now I feel like I have a team player. Like that, those are huge things for me. And when I don't think we still even given everything to God. We're working on some things right now. Like we're dealing with our finances right now, and it wasn't just a message for me, it's a message for us. And this is like, everything we obtained was without God. Like literally everything we've obtained. We thought we had it good with the cars we've had. We thought we had it good with the house we had. We thought because we doubled our square footage that we leveled up in life. But that was the adversary trying to say, oh yeah, you know, here, let me give you a distraction now that you think you got it.
The devil will bless you too.
And so all these things we were not blessed with God. So it's like that's why I keep saying, like, this video ends all that. This video right here is ending that season. We are walking into a new season of our marriage, into a new path with the Lord. Like, everything's gonna change.
So what would you say?
What was the question?
Hell yeah! Can you repeat the question?
What would you say to any other couple who may be going through betrayal?
Know who you want. Know who you want. If that person is worth it. Because when you link and you get married, when you say I do, I will, when you just you get into that covenant with each other, that's it. That's it. Don't even put it in your head
Or entertain.
And it's a word, like you said, yes, divorce can drop, but if you don't believe in it, it doesn't exist. So it's like, you can say things like, but if you don't believe in it. So whoever you choose to be your partner, one, get married, because a part of our past life too is that we were always around people who were never married, but they were always in long-term relationships. And they had plenty of, you know, like pieces in their life that reflected past relationships. So it's like, tie down, lock in, choose who you want to be your forever person, and then make that forever person a part of your relationship with God. Like I've heard that always put God near the forefront of your relationship, and it makes sense like now, but when you're not ready to hear it, I can't even tell you just walk with God. I can't say that. First of all, choose if that person is for you or not. I knew, like I said, being a friend and everything, like I knew the character that he already had about him. I already knew when the military, the discipline. So I already knew he was a good character. Now when the love came a part of it, and it came part of it so naturally, it was so easy for me, like, I'm gonna marry you, and like that was it. We were gonna marry each other. And so then that commitment followed through of like, we stick it out. I have a job. We're in this until one of us croaks. Like, I don't know.
So Josh, what would you say to a couple?
So the ones that struggle, right, don't think the struggle is gonna stop. All right.
Ooh.
It's a marriage is a covenant, and as long as you put forth God at the foundation of that covenant, though the struggles may not stop, well, neither will the blessings.
We'll replace level up.
The blessings, your blessings come with struggle, right? You can't reap the reward if you didn't put the work in.
That hard.
That is what the adversary does for you. He cuts the work out and gives you the reward.
That was easy. That was easy. Why do I gotta put work in? That was easy.
Right? Which is what some people, typically the generation now, wants to do. They don't want to put the work in, but they want the money. Right?
Instant gratification.
Exactly.
Rewards.
You're not gonna get anything out of it. But struggle and no reward. You know what I'm saying? So just love each other, right? Love each other Love God, have God embrace him, right?
Yes.
Embrace him because he embraces you, right? It's in scripture. There's not 1 second, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, a year that he does not go on without loving you.
Yes.
Right? He will never stop fighting for you. But when you stop fighting for yourselves, he can't help you because you lock him out.
Yeah.
Right? Communicate with each other, love each other, put God at the foundation, at the forefront, let him guide you, let him be your shepherd, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, it's funny though, because when you say shepherd, it makes sense to me now. I think coach. Me, I am used to being drilled, like, you know, like someone very enthusiastically supporting you. But when you say shepherd, for me, it's like coach. Like, so
Cheerleader.
yeah, like have somebody on your team. Somebody's gonna give you the real, like, man, that play was not smooth. Man, that you thought you know what you're doing, but that didn't work out. We didn't win that game because we need to work on these things. Like, so for me, it's like a coach. But I get it now, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Now I typed in shepherd on Google. Why these people come up? That ain't what I had in my mind.
but they are suited in armor though.
They are.
Yeah,
They are.
yeah.
These like video games.
No, that's
Recognize N7.
oh yeah, that's Mass Effect.
Ah.
That's what it is.
Huh.
Normally, well,
That's crazy. You put in shepherd and a guy with a rod and sheep doesn't even come up.
Exactly.
That's like pure definition.
I guess I put in Bible after it.
no,
Yeah.
well, I mean, if I type in shepherd, then I'll probably get a dog.
See, this is what I was thinking would come
Yeah.
up. You
Yes.
know, 'cause with the rod and the staff that comforts you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's what I pictured.
Yeah.
And that's crazy though, because that's who I walk with on June 28th. Like literally, it was a shepherd hand in hand. Like I walked with him in a pasture, and that took place at Faith Community. Like,
I'm so happy for our community, our faith community. So this is gonna be the final question for you both. In one sentence, what does the phrase "from trial to tribulation" mean to you both?
What does tribulation mean?
for me, I'm gonna go with this man wasn't wearing this, and he put it back on.
So there was a trial and a tribulation.
The trial was our.
putting his ring back on.
The trial was, this is the hand that I saw when he said, I want a divorce.
Yeah.
And then the tribulation is that, like, this thing ain't coming off. So, yeah, let's keep it right there. Like, it means something now. And that's another thing, too. Is like, before, I think it was just like jewelry for him. He was always wearing the rubber one, all those other things. It was just like, it's just there. Like, but now he's like, no, I'm rocking this. He has the pride back with it, too. Yeah.
What about you? Oh my God! I said tribulation is supposed to be transformation.
Oh, okay.
Tribulation.
This is about trial.
Tribulation is the problem.
Yeah, I was like,
Sorry. Did I say that earlier?
that's why I was like,
Transformation.
that's why I was like, elaborate on tribulation.
Yeah.
Like,
All right, let's redo that.
like from trial to disaster.
From worse to even.
Yeah, from worse to worse, sir.
So you want to ask again?
Yeah, it's like,
I'm gonna ask the question, the whole question again. Okay. All right. So to wrap this up, in one sentence from each of you, how would you describe from trial to transformation?
So for me, it has to do with where we were, the reminder that every day that he wasn't, okay, hold up his hand. He walked out the house without a wedding ring on. When we separated, he took off his ring. He said, like, that meant something. But when he came back in, he wears this ring now with pride, with a purpose. The heart posture is connected to it. Isn't that like the thing where it's like that's connected to your heart? So that's the thing, is like, if the heart posture wasn't there for that to mean anything, then that's what it was. It didn't mean anything. So the trial, separation, the being torn apart, where the ring could easily fall off. It was, it wasn't solid. It wasn't a part of you. But now it's like, even if that ring comes off, we know where our heart is connected to, and it's to God. The ring is just a baptism, a declaration, outward expression.
Yes,
So
I love that.
yeah.
Okay, what about you, Josh? Trials or
Transformation.
So
Transformation.
I believe the trial was when I left. Whether or not I was gonna stay gone or come back.
Yeah.
And then walking with her, walking with her on her path,
Yeah.
right? That led to me and my path with the Lord. And once I was able to connect the two,
Man.
it was like I was made whole again.
Yeah.
And then once I was made whole, even though I was still going to church and stuff, I still had tethers to me, right? Which I needed to cut off,
Yeah.
physically and spiritually, right?
Yeah.
Which came with because I used to wear the evil eye on my wrist, and the day of my baptism, I had this urge to take it off, right? Because when we were going through church before then, I used to put both my hands right and praise, but I couldn't feel this arm. Like I couldn't spiritually, I could not feel this arm, so I kept this arm all the way up because I could feel the Lord come to me.
Yeah,
I could
flowing.
feel His presence
Yeah.
with this arm, so I always kept this one down.
Yeah.
Right,
Wow.
and then I tried to rip it off after baptism when Pika was up there and she was going, and I couldn't, like it hurt to rip it off.
Yeah.
Wait, so what
So
was
that's when they got the scissors.
The evil eye bracelet.
The evil eye bracelet, I tried to rip it off.
It's
Right,
brujeria.
and
What's an eagle eye bracelet?
so on the it's
People wear it for,
witchcraft.
like protection and
Yeah. So they say that the evil eye is there to protect you from people that will do you harm, and
It's
it will break
it's
at
been-
the point.
it's an idol.
Yeah.
Wiccan?
Start idolizing.
It's witchcraft, yeah.
Witchcraft.
Looks like
Brujeria.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes, those, and the bracelet will break when it has done its job.
And it's absorbed too
When-
much negativity and things like that. So that's what we said to protect you and stuff like that. But that's also like the more it breaks and the more you replace it, the deeper you get into
Because at that point you're idolizing it instead of God.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
And that's when that was the day that Pika looked at me and told me that he when she was pointing me out after baptism.
Yeah.
She kept pointing me out after baptism, right? And saying that he hasn't filled you up yet.
Yeah.
Right? You thought you were being filled before, but you wasn't filled up yet.
Yeah.
And after I tried ripping it off, right, because I wanted it off, and then that's when I told her to cut it off, and then they did the whole ceremony,
Yeah.
and then they cut it off, and then PK touched me, and I collapsed again.
Again, same day.
I was there for that.
I
Yeah.
collapsed twice.
Yeah.
I was there
same.
for that day.
I
Yeah.
collapsed
Yeah.
twice because PK came by also,
Yeah.
and she touched me, and I collapsed too.
Yeah.
Sweet.
And
Now,
then for
when you
me,
collapse, are you going like head first or are you
No,
like...
there's people there.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
there's people there to,
Oh,
to
like a
hold
trust
you.
falls.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Like,
In my mind, I'm just like, ugh, like head is like... Because it's all wood in that church.
Yeah.
Like when I saw you, it's just like there's no resistance. Like as soon as she laid hands on you, it was like you was out.
Wait, when was
Like-
Bastion's birthday? Because that's remember I told you I was like Josh went down last week at church. You coming? That was the week before. When was that?
I remember hearing about that.
August or July?
I don't think I told you that he fell out. Did I?
Absolutely.
And then I told you at the trampoline park. When was his birthday?
August.
August. So yes, August was the first time then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, I remember.
But
the first time
when it happens, it's just like there's no resistance. Like you don't try to fight it. But sometimes, you know, even me, I'm like, I'm not trying to be laid out on the floor.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be laid out.
Yes.
But with you, it's like you're completely open.
Yes. Yes.
Like completely open to receiving all this.
And we've talked about that too. It's like he doesn't have these barriers or walls to break down for like
Yes.
religion versus like me raised Catholic and things like that. So he's even
So
that's also
open.
been refreshing talking about what I'm experiencing because sometimes like the doubt and I'm just like, man, like why haven't I fell or like, why haven't I been laid out? Like, come on, I'm trying. But then he's just like, well, babe, you grew up in
Yeah.
Catholic school since you were a kid. Like pre-K was Catholic school. Like So I have to break down so many more barriers. So it's like refreshing to see and to be able to talk about this and not to be doing it alone, because now it's like walking hand in hand with the Lord. It's like I feel full, I feel loved because I'm surrounded by like everyone, you know. Before it was lonely walking before.
Yeah.
I
know what that feels like.
So you were both Catholics growing up?
No.
Yeah.
I had no source of religion there, where I didn't really care for religion when I was growing up and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I'm so happy we don't even do religion, we do relationship.
Yes, exactly.
Like,
yes.
All that ritualistic and all, nah, we locked in for real.
Yeah, because that's the thing too, is like even if you put like, if there was a religion, like a perfect handbook, or religion replacing that with like marriage, it's a relationship. Every marriage is going to be different. Everything's going to be different. How you communicate with each other is going to be different. The things that work for you are going to be different. So that's the same thing with God. It's like, I can't label it. Like it's just me and him.
You really can't. It's just your own personal relationship. Well, I'm just really so proud of y'all. Like, you don't understand how, when I see both of you guys at church and making your declarations and the kids worshiping in the front and y'all are together as a family, like y'all are the definition of what oneness looks like. And I'm just like, I'm happy that God is letting me see this, because I know he can do it for me too. You know, like, so I just love y'all, and I just want to thank y'all for being here on this podcast today. Is there any closing things that you guys would like to say before we wrap it up?
For me, I'm just blessed that, again, it's like the people around, like for you to even do this, because sort of like what I was telling you before was, I would have been told to do it, and if it was just on me without a support system, I probably would have procrastinated. This testimony would have got lost. This video would have never been made. Somebody who needs to hear this, it would have never came to fruition for it to have the impact that it's supposed to have. So for the Lord to bring in the support system, the village behind it, to say like, you don't need to do this on your own. She already has the lights, she already has the camera, she has the mic. And to bring in the support system, not even just for you, but for Sly too, because doing this with another married couple too, it keeps it humble. It's not biased. It's things that, like, even at the marriage retreat, we've even gone through this here. Like, we are sort of walking on this marriage journey together, and it's just like, now that marriage and faith are sort of combining, I'm blessed to have y'all both, the Price family, and welcoming us into your home to do this, like, for everything to work out, for us to even be sisters in faith, like for us to be able to talk about, all right, anything that pops up today, we know we're still doing this video. Like, we are not letting nothing stop us, because one, we're going to pray over it. Two, we're not going to let the adversary detour us for nothing. So I am blessed just to have you guys for thanking us for doing this video with us. And this man right here.
Does it feel somewhat therapeutic a little bit for you guys? Like being able to talk about it, or like, I know you were saying that this video like closes the chapter. Do you feel the... Yeah? Okay, that's awesome.
Like literally, like
moving on to the next thing.
Like even just watching this video and be like, who are those people? That was 4 or 5 days ago. That's a week ago. Who are those people?
But it's like 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I just love recording and capturing moments like this, because you want to be able to witness the growth. Like, look at where we started, babe. Now look at us. You know, like,
and this feels like the Lord's using
God.
Exactly, like he's using the platform he can use. Now, if it's technology in these digital age, all right, this is how I'm gonna reach people. This is how I'm gonna impact them. I'm gonna use it for the purposes of rising up in the kingdom, the testimonies to be shared. So
Tabernacle 2025.
Because the adversary can use technology to get people what he wants them to reach them.
This is a smack in the face. He's that technology to tear apart. No, sir.
Let the Lord say and do as I do.
That part.
Reach his hand through these
devices,
through these phones, through that camera, through this mic.
Look, I don't even look at my phone half the time anymore.
Read. I promise you can't go wrong without reading.
The book of life. They don't call it the book of life for no reason.
Spirit is revival. It is revival.
Oh my god.
But it's also timing too, because I've had like 3 Bibles in my lifetime. Never could well, that was one because I had ADHD and I wasn't delivered from it. But it was so confusing for me to even open the book because I couldn't even follow the words. I was like, thy this, thy the, thee, thy. What language is this in?
So what's your favorite version of the Bible?
I'm with the. Oh, I left it in.
Yeah.
I should have brought it in.
She has a bunch of tabs on there, and they got some pages that got there.
I
Just
have
give you a summary.
New Living Testament.
That's my
But
favorite.
mine is also like very relatable. It brings in a lot of woman empowerment into it and stuff.
I have a woman's Bible, study Bible. I love the just even on the Bible app on my phone, the New Living Translation, and then I also like the Amplified version.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at those. I do like seeing it from different texts because even like when we do our Bible study, like yes, it's an interpretation, but it's also like who's interpreting. It's just like the relationships.
Yeah.
That person's relationship with the Lord says these words come out. So that's why I'm like, okay, I like this type of relationship this person was translating with. That's relatable to sort of what works for us.
And then it's crazy too because you could read one scripture at one point in your life and then go back and read it in a different time of your life. And just have a whole new meaning.
And that's why we don't like to highlight. We just said this. I was like, do we need highlighters? And he's like, no, because it might not connect with me when I look back on it again. And so like we want to keep it as like a blank slate kind of thing.
And for me right now, I'm just page by page. I already finished Genesis. I'm on Exodus right now. And let me tell you, this book is real.
That's the same thing Matt did.
People be like sleeping on the Bible because sometimes reading the Bible is like you watching a whole reality show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
In some areas, it's like
you be surprised.
He gazed upon my breast.
Yeah,
like, it's a whole bunch of.
Whoa there, sir. Hold on. What is happening?
It's like a whole little mini porno in the Bible. Like, erotic.
Or even like the battles where it's like, oh yeah, you better tell him. Yeah, tell him. That's how you don't mess with us.
It's very juicy. Very juicy. Well, that is it for us, you guys. Make sure you give this video a like, a thumbs up, a comment, and subscribe to the channel. We will be back with more. So see you guys.
Thank you. Bye.
Smash that like button.
Oh yeah.